Anthony "Rumble" Johnson delivered a dominant and career-defining performance in his light heavyweight debut at Titan Fighting Championship 24, where he overwhelmed Esteves, the Quiet Riot, Jones with a devastating blend of power, precision, and control that culminated in a second-round TKO at just 51 seconds. Coming into the bout as a significant betting favorite, Johnson carried not only the pressure of expectation, but also the weight of proving himself in a new division after previously competing at welterweight and middleweight. From the opening bell, it was clear that Johnson came prepared not only physically but mentally, exuding calm focus as he stalked his opponent across the cage. Jones attempted to stay mobile, circling on the outside, and throwing occasional kicks to disrupt Johnson's rhythm, but was quickly evident that the gap in physicality, timing, and technique was wide. Rumble opened up with a stinging inside leg kick and followed with a high left roundhouse that sent a message early. He wasn't here to ease into this division, he was here to dominate. Just moments later, he launched a powerful push kick that drove Jones back into the cage, forcing him into retreat. Jones attempted to trade kicks, landing a few low and high shots of his own, but Johnson's speed and explosiveness nullified any rhythm Jones tried to establish. After softening him up with kicks and keeping constant pressure, Johnson exploded into a textbook double-leg takedown, lifting and slamming Jones to the canvas with authority. From there, the tone of the fight shifted entirely. With Johnson in top control, Jones looked completely out of his depth on the mat. Johnson worked methodically from inside the guard, mixing short punches with slicing elbows that began to do real damage. Blood appeared, and swelling formed over Jones's left eye as Johnson adjusted his posture and continued to land strikes with precision, always staying active, always threatening. Jones attempted to close his guard and tie up Johnson's wrists to buy time, but Rumble was patient, never overcommitting, yet never giving his opponent room to breathe. As the first round came to a close, Jones looked exhausted and battered, while Johnson remained composed, his gas tank untouched. In the second round, Johnson showed no signs of slowing down. Immediately closing the distance, he cut off Jones' lateral movement and shot for another takedown, which landed cleanly and without resistance. This time, Johnson wasted no time advancing his position, trapping one of Jones's arms and posturing up to land a brutal series of ground-and-pound strikes. With his back partially exposed and unable to intelligently defend himself, Jones could do little more than cover up as the onslaught continued. The referee had seen enough and stepped in to call the fight, officially giving Johnson the TKO victory just under a minute into round 2. The win improved Johnson's professional record to 12 wins and 4 losses and marked a pivotal turning point in his career. Not only did he prove that he could carry his knockout power and athleticism up to 205 pounds, but he also demonstrated that he could do so without sacrificing his speed, cardio, or technical composure. In the post-fight interview, Johnson expressed satisfaction with how his body responded to the weight change, noting that he walked into fight week around 225 pounds and had only 2 pounds to cut on weigh-in day, far easier than previous cuts, which often left him depleted and fatigued. He appeared not just stronger but also more relaxed and confident, suggesting that this new division could allow him to perform at his absolute best. He acknowledged that he was still adjusting but looked forward to testing himself further, naming accomplished wrestler Jake Rosholt as his next opponent. Johnson's performance was so dominant that many fans and analysts immediately began discussing how he would fare against the elite of the division. The balance of speed, size, and technical violence he displayed was not only entertaining but dangerous, sending a message to the rest of the light heavyweight field that a new contender had arrived, one who hits like a heavyweight but moves like a middleweight. For Esteves Jones, the fight exposed serious gaps in his ground game and composure under pressure, though it's worth noting that Johnson is not just any newcomer, he's a veteran with elite-level experience. Still, the gap between them was glaring. Jones spent most of the fight either backing up or trying to survive on the ground, with almost no sustained offense of his own. While it's uncertain where Jones goes from here, the night firmly belonged to Rumble Johnson, who capped off the event with one of the most one-sided, violent performances of the evening. Titan Fighting Championship 24 will be remembered as the night Anthony Johnson reintroduced himself to the MMA world, not as a former welterweight making a desperate move up, but as a fully reborn contender at 205 pounds, looking stronger, sharper, and more dangerous than ever before.